Doug, 2-2 draw here against Bromley. I guess a disappointing way of marking your first league game for Wrexham.
Yeah, obviously you've got 2-0 up. You think sort of try and manage it a bit better. Obviously opportunities to go into the corner. Just like stuff like that. Game management. That was sort of what came out of the chat at the end of the game. Obviously, it's one of those. Obviously, I'm over them to have finally got on the pitch and that in the league, but it feels like we lost almost. If you get me, it's one of those. Like that, I think that just shows the sort of the expectation we have in the team now. That we've got that capability of scoring now. We've scored obviously 3 in a game, 2 in a game now. It's one of those where we think we can kill off games, and it is disappointing the 2 set pieces have cost us. But other than that, I think results have been kind elsewhere. We're still at the top, but at the moment it doesn't really matter. But yeah, no, it's feels like a loss. It's a bit weird. Yeah.
I guess a penalty and an own goal. It's not like we've been carved open. No one's opened up the defence, which I guess remains solid. So if you're going to take a positive out of it in any way. Yeah,
I think I've not seen the penalty decision from where I wasn't sure. And then obviously someone's just got unlucky with the corner. I think it's one of those. I don't think too many of them happen over the season. So whether it's better to get out of the way now and to cost us a draw rather than a loss, I think those are 2 sort of anomalies. I think, as you say, we've stayed strong defensively. We've not had any slip balls played through, and if we have, we've won our individual battles. We've won our headers. So yeah, I think just the 2 goals were, disappointing. I think, yeah.
A bit of a test of character now, I guess, for you guys. 'Cause I'm sure you will all be disappointed in the changing rooms as well. Yeah,
actually, to be honest, having been with the lads, having spent the few weeks that we've been playing, being involved in the squad and whatnot, it is one of those where it's different than it was last year. Last year it was sort of we were trying to hang on, but this year we're trying to kick on. Like every game we go in to win. That's something that the manager, the staff, and all the lads have bought into. We're not going into games to try and get a draw. Try and get something here and there, especially at home, because the crowd were amazing today. So you've got sort of that expectation that we go into every game wanting to win, and then obviously being 2-0 up, we expect from that position that we can be a bit savvy about it. We can manage it. We can sort of get down and play a few more. Try and get a few more opportunities, but. It is what it is today. It's 2-2, but we move on now. That's it. We have a little look at the game. We'll talk it over tomorrow. Do a little training session, but then it's all about Solihull. We get a win at Solihull. It looks like 4 points in 48 hours, which you might take. If you weren't so focused on the winning, but no, I think now it's just moving on to Solihull.
You come through the youth department product here at the racecourse. So just how delighted are you to finally make that league debut, having played in the trophy last season?
Yeah, I thought in the trophy last year I was disappointed with how I played, and obviously that was December, so I've had that sort of chip on my shoulder since then. I've wanted to prove that wasn't me, and I thought today I was excited, just to get that first header, that first 50-50 quite soon, just settle me, and then you sort of try and kick on from there. But no, I'm trying to show what I am worth this year, and I think being involved in the squad and being so close on occasions, and it's disappointing. Obviously, you don't want anything to happen to your teammates, but that's the reason you're there, and I hope Jano is sound, because he's been class this season, and you don't want like a left back like him missing out. But you're on the bench for a reason, and when you're called upon, you've got to do a job. So I feel like I could have done better. I'm my own worst critic. I'm coming away from there a bit disappointed in how I've played, but a lot happier about that. I've shown that I can win my individual battles. It's just about sort of settling now and kicking on.
You not a lot of young players coming to the side, and they can maybe be overwhelmed by the physicality of it. You didn't seem to look that way today. You are you're a big centre half. You can be versatile across the back, and you seemed, when you talk about those individual battles, you seemed that you were consistently winning those, so it didn't really look out of place there.
I didn't feel out of place, to be honest. it's something that you work on. I think last year, remember, I got beat to a header and I've been left on the floor in a heap. So that's sort of been on my mind. It's been something that I've been conscious of. It's been something that every day in training, if you get the opportunity to go up for a header with Sean or Manny or any other lads really, it's an opportunity to go, right, these are some of the best in the league at winning their individual battles. So if I can compete with these, then I can compete with anyone. So that gives you the confidence to try and do it. And I think the gaffer says, you've got to win your individual battles, you've got to win your tackles, you've got to win your headers, and then you can earn the right to play. So I'm glad that for the most part I did. There are a few obviously that I'm not too happy with, but overall I was a little bit more impressed with how I did.
Players come into the club, they're all competing for places, but whether or not they're a youth product or not, like yourself, you're also doing the same. So I guess for you, if you're given your opportunity today and if you to play on Monday as well, you're battling for your starting place in the team as well. Yeah,
well that's it. No one likes missing out. I'm not used to it. It sounds almost a bit weird to say. I'm not used to not playing. If you get me, playing Sunday League before I came to Wrexham, and then being involved in the academy and then in the youth team, I'm not used to not playing. So it's been a mentality shift. But the lads are always there. They just go, you'll get your opportunity. Keep your head down. Keep working hard in training. The gaffer and the staff always say, you're on the cusp, and you've got to be ready. And so I was today, and I'm thankfully I finally got my opportunity, and I hope I've done well enough to earn another, whether that's Monday, whether that's next Saturday, or whether that's in the middle of February. I don't really know, but I'm going to make sure that every day in training and every opportunity I get, I'm going to give my best.
Thank you and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.